Hi, I'm David Maranyon. I'm a proud owner of a home in Serin. You know, it would be nicer if I just had the place to stay in here instead of driving back, even though it's near. What I like about Tagaytay as an investor as well is that it offers a lot of flexibility for me. Number one, I really like the place. So if I want a quick getaway, I can just go there, rest, use the amenities of the condominium, which is also really nice. So I live in the valley. I live with my parents actually. It's their house, so I stay there for the bulk of my week, but I also go to Quezon City. For such a short drive, the climate is very different, so the feels would be very different as well. Tagaytay really has a lot of restaurants that are, just good, top tier, even coffee. So I'm really into coffee, so it's nice to have that option when you're in that area. I used to go to Tagaytay a lot because again, it's near our house. Sometimes we would go maybe around 2 a.m. just to get bulalo from the places there that are open 24 hours. So, the contrast of the cold climate and the hot soup is always good. Going to Tagaytay, there's really a lot for you to do. You can go to the Picnic Grove, the Sky Ranch, and if you're tired, you have a lot of coffee shops that you can hang around in. The climate is the best about it. Even during summer, it's not as hot as compared to if you're in the metro or even in the valley. The good thing about Tagaytay as well is that it's very accessible at this point. I live in the valley, so I go through Calax, and it's just another maybe 30 minutes from Nuvali going to Tagaytay. So if I'm coming from the metro, after the Skyway, you have SLEX. After SLEX, then Calax. Then from Calax, you're almost in Tagaytay already. It's probably gonna take maybe an hour and a half from Makati, or even less. So what I really like about Serin is, number one, the location. Because even in Tagaytay, it's across the mall, right? So if I need anything, then I just have to go and cross the street, buy whatever I need. So the good thing about having a property at Serin is that you don't actually have to go out because you already have everything inside. We have a pool, there's a gym, there's a playroom, and even if you have guests, there's a lobby that can accommodate your guests. And even if you want to hold a party, you also have a function room that's able to accommodate a lot of people. So really, more than the places outside Tagaytay, being in the development itself is also really nice already. Living in Serin offers a lot of security. There's 24 hours guards, and also maintenance is good for the open spaces, for the common spaces. So really, there's a lot less to think about when you live there. The developer, of course, definitely plays a huge role in the buying process, because you know that it's going to be of a good quality, and more than that, it's going to be maintained really well, as seen in the previous towers that they also have in the same area. So the good thing about Vida as an Ayala brand is that you're sure of the track record, you're sure of the quality, and even the maintenance. I think that's a huge part of it, that it's not just good at the start, but even when you live there for a long time. Because I grew up in an Avida community, so we stayed there for over 17 years, and from the moment we moved into that development, it only got better until we had to move out after 17 years. So I'm sure it's the same quality that I will, experience in Serin in the longer run. So that's a huge thing for me. So I actually got my first property when I was 22 years old. It was also an Avida property. Since I got it, it has doubled in value. So I think that's a good testament for in investing in Avida. So I grew up knowing the value of investing in real estate. So even now, I think it's still one of the most secure investments, albeit of course long term, but the yields are always good after. I think Tagaytay is a very good place to invest in because it's one of those places near the metro that everyone wants to go to. And I'm sure everyone who goes there also dreams of having their own place there. So I think having the opportunity to actually own your own place, your space in Tagaytay is really good. You can probably put it up for short-term rentals that will yield you good income, but at the same time, with the whole work from home setup that's happening all over the country, people actually want to be in places where they're comfortable while they work. So there's also a demand for that area. For people who just want to remove themselves from the city, but at the same time have the conveniences of a city as well. So I'm looking into also renting it out for long term. Also, like foreigners who are trying out the Philippines, it could also be a good option. So yeah, I think long-term rental would definitely work as well. Whenever I'm in the area, there are actually inquiries for long-term rentals too. So I think it's just going to be a matter of being able to find the right tenant for it. So another thing about Serin, with Tagaytay being, not a very big city, you will run out of space eventually. You'll run out of lots, you'll run out of properties to buy. So with that, I think the property prices really do go up. I heard that in that building, from the first condos that were launched, it has appreciated over 100% already in less than 10 years. So in the longer game, if you want to resell it in the future, resell it to people who would want to retire in the Philippines, who worked abroad before. The climate is going to be, a bit similar, so it might be a very nice place for them to retire in. It's also a good investment that you could sell it for much higher than what you originally purchased it for. In the future, when I have a family, I think it's going to be a nice place to take the kids to, away from the city, away from pollution. At least in there, it's cold, it's nice, and also there's ample space for them to play around and to run around. So I think it's something worth keeping in the family, even other people who would want to visit, other relatives who would want to visit your place. At least you have something to offer them to if someone needs a quick getaway and escape. So yeah, I think that's a nice thing to do with the property. Yeah. If you're going to invest in Tagaytay, for me, I think the first thing you have to consider is the size. If you're a first-time buyer, of course, the first thing I would want you to think about is the use. Is it going to be somewhere that you want to live in? Me, personally, when I purchase or look into properties, my first condition for myself is if it should be a place that I would want to stay in or live in. What's going to be sustainable for you in the longer run. Say, you're considering, just getting a piece, but then at the end of the day, it might be too small for you. If something bigger can fit into your budget, then why not go for that right away? So a lot of people who are used to, living abroad, living especially in cold places, when they get to Manila, the climate is really different. It gets too crowded, too busy. It can get really stressful. I think the nice thing about Tagaytay as a place to retire in is that the climate is better. It doesn't get that hot. But at the same time, you have all the conveniences of the city. You have access to everything that you need, even hospitals, even again, the restaurants, the groceries, that just anything that you need for your day-to-day is within reach as well. So, if it's something that interests you, the good thing is that we have a lot of options currently. If you want something that has, a bit of greens, then you can always opt for a townhouse. And Avida even has a new project, which are townhomes located also near the mall. So the good thing about that is, it's a house. So land is always good, as an investment. But at the same time, you have your own land, but it's also accessible to all the places that you go to. If it's something that fits your requirement, it's a good space, then I would say consider it, go for it. I'm sure it will appreciate in due time. At the same time, you have a waiting time. You don't have to pay it in cash if you don't want to. So there are also a lot of flexible payment terms that makes it more approachable, accessible to anyone. Consider getting that property. I think it's something that you would really enjoy in the future. Buy it now, enjoy it maybe 3, 4, 5 years from now. So I'm sure you're not gonna regret getting that property. So of course, the second one that you have to consider, as always, is the budget. We are afforded as consumers good payment terms that we weren't offered before. That's something that we can consider and take advantage of as well. And finally, of course, what you have to consider is your developer. You know, we live in the Philippines, so it's a big thing that you have to go for a developer that has a good track record, that can deliver, and like what I've been saying, more than deliver, a developer that can also maintain your property in the longer run. So for me, that developer is Ayala. In this project, it's Avida. That's something that you have to really consider and when you purchase a property. If you're abroad and you're looking for a place to retire in or live in the Philippines, I think Tagaytay is really a good place to be in. You know, it's very peaceful. It's a really nice environment to rest and to, you know, just wake up to every morning. And the good thing about that is that, you know, it's also very convenient. You have everything that you need. You have all the necessities that you need, even hospitals and all that. And, you know, for me, the urgency here is that, again, we run out of land. You know, land is a scarce resource, so eventually there might not be options for us. So now that we do have options, and we have a lot of options, I think now would be the best time to buy it. So buy your property now. If you're still working, continue working for it until the time that you retire. Then it's a really nice place for you to retire in, you know, really nice fruit of your hard labor in the future. So yeah, go for Tagaytay. It's really accessible now. Even going to the airport, you have all the different roads available to us now. So it's really the best time to live there at the moment. What more in the future? Serin is one of the places that I chose to purchase from. You know, for me, I think it's a really good decision. I won't have that option in the future. So now that I do, it's nice to have it. So with Serin, I actually purchased my property pre-selling. So I was able to see how it started from, you know, the ground up. And it used to be just pictures, it used to be just videos. And now that I'm actually seeing what it is, it's actually really good. It affirms my decision to have bought it because what the developer promised is what they delivered. I want for you to be able to experience that as well. So again, go for that investment.